Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we've got some unboxings to do. This is only going to be, I believe, March. I have all of April sitting next to me, so I'm going to be filming that shortly after. So, a lot of content. I got really behind on filming and posting. Yes, hello. He does not want to leave me alone today either. Hi, bud. So, we're going to be unboxing my owlcrate. Bless you. So we will be unboxing my owlcrate, my fairyloot, and my illumicrate for the month of March. I think Severo thinks all of these boxes might be for him. He's not normally this involved. So first we're going to open up the owlcrate Adult Fantasy, and the book is Agnes Aubert's Mystical Cat Shelter by Heather Fawcett. This is the same author who wrote Emily Wilde's, very popular author. This is their newest in their like cozy fantasy writings. This one I don't really know what's about, but I've seen it everywhere. It was the April Aurelium book club pick for Magical Readathon for the Order of the Crescents team. To date this video a little bit, I did not end up getting to it, but I did know that this was going to be in the box. The back says, "A cat is the soul of a home." I'm not a big cozy fantasy fan. It's not my favorite genre, but I do love cats. I have 3 myself. I've grown up with cats. I have my childhood cat tattooed on my wrist. Like, I love cats. So let's, oh my god, the spine is precious. I'm obsessed. A woman who runs a cat rescue in 1920s Montreal turns to a grouchy but charming magician to help save her shelter in this heartwarming cozy fantasy from the New York Times bestselling author of Emily Wilde series. Agnes Aubert leads a meticulous, organized life, and she likes it that way. As the proudly Type A manager of a cat rescue charity, she has devoted her life to finding forever homes for stray cats. Now, it's a shelter that needs new home, and the only landlord who will rent a space to a cat rescue is a mysterious man called Havelock, who also happens to be the world's most infamous magician running an illegal magic shop out of his basement. Havelock is a kangaroo and eccentric, but not handsome. And no, Agnes absolutely does not feel anything but disdain for him. After all, rumors swirl about his shadowy past, including whispers of his dark magic once almost brought about the apocalypse. Then one day, a glamorous magician comes looking for Havelock, putting the magic shop and the cat shelter in jeopardy. To save the shelter, Agnes will have to team up with a magician who nearly ended the world and may now be trying to steal her heart. Havelock is everything Agnes thinks she doesn't need in her life: chaos, mischief, and a little too much adventure. But as she gets to know him, she discovers that he's more than the dark magician of legend, and that she may be ready for a little intrigue and romance in her life. After all, second chances aren't just for rescue cats. I think the blurb of this is cute. The synopsis is your typical cozy fantasy. It's not too far from Legends and Lattes or the Spell Shop, the Honey Witch. Like, they all kind of have the same vibe and tone to them. There's usually something kind of going on, but again, it leans cozy. But Heather Fawcett has written the Emily Wilde series, which is very different from those, but has some intense horror in it that maybe this could also, you know, do it a little bit. I thought the Emily Wildes were fun. I read arcs for the first 2 books. I did finish out the series. I felt okay towards the whole series. I never, like, fell in love with it like a lot of people have, but again, I'm not a big cozy reader in general, so it was never my favorite, but I do adore this cover. And just, like, the overall vibe and atmosphere of this, I do really like, so I'm not opposed, because she's really cute and pretty. Alright, the first thing that I'm going to show off is the Blades of Love. This is 3 of 5 for March 26th. This is our first pin collection of the year, and this one is inspired by The Knight and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. This one's probably my favorite pin that we've gotten thus far, mostly because I just love this book so much. But I also just like the colors, the vibe, the tone, everything about, like, the atmosphere. It's impeccable. Next up, we have Made with Love by Harley McWilliams at Harley Lizard. Toiletry set inspired by A Deadly Education. What does that mean? You know, I had to just buy a new one of these literally this year, but it's just like a little nail, but it's very small, smaller than the one that I have right now. Very subtle design. It says, "There was only me to save me." Very cute. I will actually get a lot of use out of this. I just had to, like I said, I bought a new one this year, but would be nice if I could have a travel one that I can take to the office. And then we have a Study in Drowning hair clip, Made with Love by Lindsay Hook. Oh, like a proper clip. Whoa, that's cool. It's a basic claw clip, but with a key design. That's really fun. I don't know how that would, like, look in your hair. I guess you'd probably want to do it with a key up, but I actually use claw clips almost exclusively, except for, like, days like these where it's like a tiny little ponytail. My hair is very thin though, so this is like a good size for me. I think if you have thicker hair, you would absolutely only be able to do like part of your hair, but I could probably fit my whole hair in this tiny clip. These are the types of items that I like to see because they're so useful. I really like when they give us useful things. I obviously am more of an adult. This is the young adult box with goods. So it makes sense that they're going to be catered to young adults, maybe adults who are moving out for the first time or still in high school or like, you know, in college. And these are items that like everybody could use that aren't super common that you don't necessarily think about all the time. So I think these are really handy to have. Anywho. Next up, we have, cows. It smells like sweet almond and wood smoke. I have no idea what it is inspired by or how to say this person's name. Caru? I don't know. Let's see if it smells good. I actually never have used one of these, like, pan perfumes. It smells okay. It smells nice, I guess. Definitely has, like, a beachy smell to it. A little bit more musky for my taste, but overall, it's, like, fine. But I have, like, an issue of, like, putting lip balm textured perfume on. Like, that just feels strange to me, and then it gets under your nails, and it's just, like, too much. But I have a couple sitting in my bathroom, so I will hopefully use them. Next item we have is a bowl cozy. Now, bowl cozies are one of my favorite items. It's a little bit ridiculous how much I adore them. This one's not quite as flat as previous ones that I've gotten, but I really like these. I have one always sitting next to my microwave in case I need to microwave something. I can just pop it right into a little bowl cozy, and then it's not too hot. I can take it away. This one is inspired by Twilight and was made by lichen and limestone. I hope you can see the pattern. It's cute. I like that it's subtle. It's nothing too crazy. Definitely nice. It's a little bit on the small side, and it's very pointed, whereas I think other ones that I have are a little bit flatter, but overall, a nice thing to have, to be honest. How did I not know that I was getting this? I'm so glad that I did not order this anywhere else. I was actually planning to do a dedicated author vlog this year because of this release. And I ended up canceling the video, but this is The Gravewood by Kelly Andrew. This is my, The Whispering in the Dark, Your Blood, My Bones. What was the third one that came out? I'm not sure if I got the third one, but I've got Kelly Andrew's first 2 books in book subscriptions, so it's fun to see like it continue. I can understand a lot of authors breaking in might get annoyed with like an author getting so many opportunities, but as like a little bit of a fan, just like as Kelly Andrew's persona on Instagram, as like a person who I don't know, I really like their vibe and just like how they express themselves and talk about things. So I'm, you know, supportive and like, a big fan of this. But I was going to do a full dedicated author reading vlog, reading the 3 books that are set in the same like calendar year in the same universe. And then I was going to read The Gravewood because I had an arc of it. I finished the arc, I read it, it was good. And then I kind of canceled the video because I just didn't have time for everything. So I ended up not doing that. So I didn't really talk about this too much. I did mention it in my page-a-thon reading vlog because that's where I finished the last 120-ish pages. But I think this cover is stunning. Gorgeous artwork. Better light a candle, better light 2. The trees are watching closely and they may scratch you. Ooh. I think this is gorgeous. I'll definitely be keeping this on my shelf. I like this book. I think my issue with it is the first half was so solid, and the second half kind of lost me. The pacing was a little bit off for me. It's not a very long book, and it's the first book in a new duology, and it's like a vampire post-apocalyptic situation, like a plague. And I like the writing, I like the characters. It's very teen. It's very, very teen. So if you don't like young characters that are like really caught up in the love triangle of it all, you might not enjoy this as much. But it was fun. I just had issues with the pacing. But I'm more than likely to pick up the second book and finish the duology. So let me tell you exactly what this is about. The woods will swallow her whole. Shay Parker has lived her life in the shadows of the Gravewood, an impassable forest that's cut off her town from the rest of the world. With supplies scarce, Shay is forced to carefully ration her hearing aid batteries. And when her stash runs out, she'll be left in silence. Desperate, Shay turns to Oliver Lysander, the volatile leader of a vampiric gang that rules the Gravewood. The arrangement between Shay and Lysander is simple. She gives him her blood, he tracks down her batteries. They don't cross any lines, they don't make it personal despite their growing attraction, but when Shay's best friend is lured into the Gravewood, that delicate balance is broken for good. Eager to keep her in the dark with him, the opportunistic Lysander Reed negotiates the terms of their deal. If Shay agrees to turn, Lysander will help her navigate the carnivorous Gravewood. For the first time ever, Shay finds herself leaving home, swallowed up in the drum-like dark of the Gravewood and traveling in the company of killers. It isn't long before she risks becoming one herself. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that synopsis does this book a little bit of a disservice. Because yes, it is a lot about her and Lysander and this deal that they have and like trying to find her best friend, but there's more characters involved, and like I already mentioned, there is a bit of a love triangle involved, so there is more going on. This does become a bit of a road trip type of story where they are traveling quite far to work on the next plans that they got going on. I liked it overall. I think that this edition is stunning and gorgeous and pretty, but the book as a whole was not, the most perfect for me. But I can see a lot of people liking this, especially younger readers, I think would really get a kick out of it. It kind of gives you not full Twilight feels, but it's kind of got like, you've got good two options in this love triangle and you really care. It's like very much about the characters and where they're at and like their internal struggles. So overall, I do recommend, but like caveat that I don't think it'll be for everyone. As the Stars Foretold, the adult fantasy. This is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. So this is The Last Starborn Seer by Venetia Constantine. Oh, she's so pretty. Like, come on. Oh, I love the colors. I'm really like entering into purple might be my new-ish favorite color. Like, obviously I love the millennial sage green that everybody enjoys. I really like that like pale cyan blue, but I think purple's really doing it for me lately. I don't think I've heard of this before, so I'm excited to read what this is about. Wow, they are so pretty. Leilani Stellarion is cursed. The last of a ruined bloodline, she's shunned for her volatile starborn magic, which grants her prophetic visions, but is slowly corrupting her mind. Branded a pariah, Leilani is blamed for the sickening, a wasting curse that fractured the realms of Archelia and plunged them into war. When her dying mother's health deteriorates and a forced marriage threatens her future, Leilani seizes her chance to reclaim her fate. A prophecy speaks of an ancient relic that could end the sickening, and she's determined to find it. To retrieve the scepter, she must survive a deadly climb to the astral mountain, forge alliances with enemies, outwit rebel forces, and navigate her own treacherous feeling for a rival envoy, which grow under the watchful eye of her betrothed. Hunted by a vengeful specter and haunted by her magic, Leilani must decide what she's willing to sacrifice in the name of redemption, before her powers consume her. Ooh, this sounds good. This sounds very intriguing. It does sound like it's leaning a bit romantasy. We'll have to see just how romantasy it is. I know some people complain about the adult picks leaning romantasy territory, but it's also very common to have fantasy books with romantasies, like really what's the line? This doesn't give it a whole lot away. I don't fully know what it's about, but it sounds like she's on a quest, she's on a journey, and she's gonna save not only her people, but herself. And I'm into it. I just think that this is such a stunning addition, and I'm intrigued by the story, but it doesn't sound like the most unique thing I've ever heard, but it is a story that I will continue to pick up and read anyway. And then that leaves us with the romantasy pick, which is Part of Your World. And this is The Wicked Sea by Jordan Stephanie Gray. Very pretty. A bargain sealed in blood, a desire sealed in hate. It's giving The Little Mermaid, right? You're picking up on that vibe. Not opposed. I love The Little Mermaid. There was a time in my life, I don't know if I've told this story before, but there was a time in my childhood where I demanded people call me Ariel. I was like, my name's Ariel. Thank you. Call me that. And my family, so respectful, so cool. They were like, hey, Ariel. And I never responded. They're like, they would say Ariel multiple times to me and I'm just in La La Land and then they're like, Samantha. And I'm like, huh? So it was short-lived. There was a period when I did attempt that in my life. Oh, it's so Little Mermaid coded. Oh, I'm obsessed. In this dark, sultry, enemies to lovers romantasy, a mermaid battles hatred and lust for the wretched warlock who saved her life. On the run from a dangerous captor and years of abuse, mermaid Zephyra of the Sills has shed her tail, grown legs, and hidden herself on land in the marrow-loathing kingdom of Mordia. Left to steal and barter on the dirty streets, her freedom is short-lived when she's caught and sentenced to death by a brutal warlock, Arian Stone. Arian is as beautiful as he is cold and deadly. Only interested in punishing the marrow he views as evil. He is grown as strong as any warlock might, but at a great personal cost, which can only be remedied by the heart of the god of death. lost to a fabled kingdom beneath the ocean's treacherous depths. So Arion offers Zephyra a deal she can't refuse. Help him find the mystical heart and he'll spare her life. With no other options, Zephyra agrees, entangling their souls in forbidden desires in a magical bargain until death do them part. But their enemies are circling, and if Zephyra and Arion can't learn to fight together and trust each other, there are worse things awaiting them than just death. I'm gonna be honest, I'm eating this one up. I'm so excited for this one. I don't think it sounds that mermaid-y, to be honest. Like, she's already done the aerial transformation. She's already going to be a human on land. I don't know if we're gonna see her turn back in, like, if he's a warlock, so, well, I guess that makes sense, huh? He's a warlock, so he helps her get her tail back, and then she goes to get the heart, and then they fall in love. Does he also turn into a merman? I'm so intrigued. I really want to read this. This sounds like such a fun summer read. I'm interested. Are you interested? Are you gonna read this one? I'm for sure gonna read it. She says as if she, like, ever gets to these books in a timely fashion. Ugh. And then we have the Fairyloot Young Adult. This is the Dangerous Devotions. And we have 6 items this month. Ooh la la. Oh my god. Do I ever use these? No. Am I for sure gonna use this one? Yes. Look at that. Look at them. Look at them. Oh my god. I'm obsessed. As we know, I'm already, like, so into The Night and the Moth. This is an e-reader sleeve, so you put your Kindle in this if you're, like, on a trip or going somewhere. I have another one that I have actually used before. If I go on actual, like, proper trips where I'm staying somewhere, I will try and put my Kindle somewhere. I don't take my Kindle very many places. I don't go many places right now, but boy howdy, when I do, this one's coming with. I just love them so much. There's just something about the art, the fan art, for The Night and the Moth that is maybe better than any other fan art I've ever seen. There's just something about the vibes, the gothic of it all, the stained windows, the, like, her little cloth so she can't see, and his eyeliner. Oh, I'm obsessed with the vibes. But this was designed by the LOL Loco. Ooh, we have an Air of Storms embroidery kit, which I have not read, and I probably won't read for quite some time, but I have a few of these kits and I've never done one. I kind of get intimidated by learning new skills, and I'm not really a big fan of failure, so I kind of hold off on these types of things. But when I pick up this book, this might be a fun little companion to keep, maybe if I vlog the experience. A common issue that I have with the embroidery kits is I just don't always love the designs, and then it's like, what am I supposed to do with it afterwards? Like, I don't want to hang them on the wall because they're just kind of meh towards me. But I guess if I love the book, then maybe I would have more connection to it, so maybe I'll come around and like that more. Oh, what's this? Ooh, okay. Immortal Consequences monthly memo pad designed by @No1 Design. She's big. Oh, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. This is like everything I've ever wanted and needed in life. My issue is I also am bad, like, it's the same idea with stickers. You never want to use it because it's so nice, but this will last you a while. I love that it's undated. You can just pop in whatever month, fill it out. I love this. I have, like, a magnet calendar on my fridge where I put all my meals and stuff. I have a Notion calendar for all my video plans and ideas. But, like, the day-to-day stuff, this would be so helpful. Because I am a journal girl at heart. I actually have, like, a physical planner that I try to write, like, my to-do list and then organize when and how I'm getting to those things. So it'd be kind of nice just to, like, as a general for the month plans in here. And I just love this design. Like, it's so cool. I really need to read Immortal Consequences. I've had the audiobook for a while. I already own the book. I just need to read it. This is maybe the best Fairyloot box I've opened in so long. These are Caraval foiled bookmarks illustrated by Runa Marudi. We already know. You can't know because my chair is blocking it. But, like, right there are all of my Caraval books. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed. These are so pretty. I literally need to put these anywhere. Oh, look at the back too. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Look at her. I know a lot of people don't like the Caraval series because of the ending especially, which, like, is fair. That's everyone's right. And they don't love the characters. They feel a little bit young. I read this book when it came out in 2018, and I've read it, I want to say 4 times in total now, and I am just truly the biggest fan. The series can do no wrong in my eyes, my heart. It's just one of the best. It means so much to me, so I just adore these kinds of things. I know it's not for everybody, but, like, I truly love the Caraval world so much. It really opened my, like, eyes to how much I love a whimsical fantasy. I eat it up so much. So these, I don't know where they're going, but they're going somewhere special. These need to be on display at all times. I love I love them so much. And I love that they like almost resemble a tarot card. Precious, best thing ever. No notes. Okay, and then we have the book, the overlays, and the tarot cards. So first off, I can never remember the order in which I do these. Let's talk book first, and then we can go over the art related to it. I'm pleasantly surprised by all of the new titles that I was not on my radar in any way, shape, or form that I've gotten this month from them. So this is Her Hidden Fire. I'm not going to butcher this person's name because I don't think that's fair to them. She works in legal counsel, she plays in a band, and she's based in Ireland. Okay, coolest person ever. Look at that. This is giving such like classic fantasy. Welcome to Domhain, a world where dragons soar the skies and the elite families wield magical powers. The ruling family of Ames Keeps is on a knife's edge. Heir apparent Ione must show that he can channel magic or they will be cast out and replaced. Then Edda discovers that she can draw power herself. This puts her in grave danger. It's extremely rare for a girl to have this talent, especially outside the great families. At Iowane's moment of truth, Edda makes a desperate gamble, a trick, to save him, Ames Keeps, and herself. But how long can this ruse last? Sent to the very heart of the Master's control, Edda and Iowane enter a whirlwind of patriarchy, class, heartache, and jealousy. Here they learn about power's terrible human cost, a price others willing to pay to maintain theirs. How far would you go to empower the one you love? I'm going to be so honest with you right now. Bad synopsis. Really, really bad. I'm understanding that boy, heir of rich family elite, struggles with magic. Girl, poor poverty. Great at magic. Chosen one, she's so special. And you're gonna tell me that she's gonna help him get his powers, even though she's the one at danger, she saves everybody else? Okay. Sounds a little typical. Sounds like maybe we should be rebelling against, like, you know, the powerful and, like, spreading the wealth. But I don't know. I'll have to read it to find out. I am being a little bit judgy. But I think it's just because that synopsis was quite bad and does not give you really much to go off. It doesn't really say anything. So that's just a little bit disappointing. But it's a stunning edition. The tarot for the month, we have Ionis and Gris as the moon. And we have Edda as the sun. They look great. They always do. I don't know who this Gris is because the synopsis didn't say anything about him. So, question mark love triangle? I don't know. But I'm intrigued to find out. And then we have the overlays, which I really like that fairyloot's just committed to this at this point. And the art for this is by I'm Jen Dove. I'm happy with the overlays because I think it's just like a fun addition to your book, is like being able to read it and then like see the scenes as pictured or imagined. Oh my goodness. Adore. And it's always exciting to see, like, what scenes they thought were worth putting into art. And so it really makes it feel special that they're like, yes, these are the moments. These are the scenes. I will stick these in my little book and let you know when I get to this one. I'm, again, still a little so-so on the synopsis, so I'm not sure how far I would go to prioritize this one. But she is a really pretty edition, and I am overall intrigued to see how it goes. And that means lastly, we have illumicrate. We'll see if we've got any duplicates with the owlcrate picks, or maybe this will be another book I've never heard of. The theme is Where My Demons Hide. Guys, I've got too many of these now. It's becoming a little too much. First thing we have is the Demonology book pot. I really have no issues with these book pots. I just have far too many that I don't know what to do with. They're cute. They're nice. I don't have this many bookmarks. I don't know what to put in them. I don't have enough like pens and art supplies anymore. A practical guide to the study of demons and dark creatures throughout the ages. I think they're very cool, but I don't plant. I don't take care of plants. I don't grow plants. I don't have that many bookmarks. What do I do with these? Okay, we have another desk mat. Typically, I'm a fan. Usually they smell very bad. So this is Leth House desk mat based on Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Okay, yep, smells bad still. Smells quite bad. I think it's cute. I like the colors, like we said already. I'm into purple lately. I like it overall. It's not my favorite, but I also think probably because Ninth House wasn't my favorite. But my keyboard would go right over this little sigil, and the surrounding parts are very cute. So I'm not opposed to it. Now I just have to wait until I can upgrade my desk space. This next item I have been desperately in need of almost. Here we have the Infernal City Bookends inspired by Catabasis. We've definitely got like a dark academia feel going on. I love these. These are so cute. But they're just little bookends. I've been really needing some of these so that I can hold up some of my books a little bit better. But I really like this design. I think that's really neat. And I definitely wanted to, like, if I'm going to display bookends ever, these are going to be the ones. Hold please. Hold please. 3 items. That's it. That's all I get. 1, 2, 3. 3 items. I want you to know, everybody, that illumicrate is the most expensive box that I have. Out of all of my subscriptions, obviously, like, these ones I'm getting multiple books from. But as like a single box compared to the fairyloot and the owlcrate young adult goods boxes, this is the most expensive box. And now I'm only getting 3 items. I don't know about that, guys. I don't know. I will say that I'm more often than not a fan of the illumicrate, like, book picks. But I think if I keep illumicrate at this point, I'm probably going to go down to maybe just book only. Because I don't really need this many book pots, and that's primarily what they've been giving, let's be honest. I don't like him going down to 3, and this being like over $50 USD. But the book is pretty, I will give them that. This is, I'm sorry, this is, I think, Aika? She is gorgeous. The art is pretty. I will admit. I'm a fan. I don't think I've heard of this before either. Temptress Monster Warrior. The Portuguese flag has been planted across Morocco, its empire ruling with an iron fist, but eventually all empires must fall. Aika, the daughter of a Moroccan freedom fighter, was born for battle. She has witnessed the death of her people, their starvation and torture at the hands of the occupiers, and has awakened an anger within her. An anger that burns hot and bright and speaks to Aika's soul. Only Aika's secret lover, Rachid, a rebellion leader, knows how to soothe her. But as the fight for Morocco's freedom reaches its violent climax, the creature that simmers beneath Aika's skin begs to be unleashed. It hungers for the screams of those who have caused her pain, and it will not be ignored. Aika tells the tale of Moroccan's warrior goddess, her strange magic, vicious rebellion, and devastating romance. This is a story of female rage and lesser-known myths that will scar you to the bone. Interesting. I think that the art, the cover, the naked hardback is quite the style. I think that the art for this is absolutely stunning. Incredible job to the art team. I'm intrigued by it. I don't typically love like a historical real life setting for my fantasy. I do really like secondary worlds. I like to be able to apply like the context and the intent of the author. Like if the author was like, author's note, just so you know, this is like Moroccan history and it's based off mythology of this goddess and their powers, blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, cool, that's great. And then like proceeded and it not be a direct correlation. But I get nervous. I think this one will probably be fine because again, it feels like it's going to be a historical setting. But like I swear, if there's one pop culture reference or anything somewhat modern, it's really going to throw me off because you're setting in the real world. It's hard to suspend disbelief in that sense. But I think this is a stunning, gorgeous book. I'm a little disappointed with illumicrate's goods just being so few. I'm always excited to see what book they're offering us. This one sounds interesting enough, I guess. It sounds like it's probably going to be action heavy. It also sounds like we're starting in the middle rather than the beginning. Like there's already an established relationship, which sounds like it's going to have some type of betrayal going on. We're going to be hitting the climax of the war, so we're going to see like the tail end of it. So I mean, it's not like the longest book either. 352 pages. Oh, and there's no acknowledgements. That's crazy. Sorry. Is there an author's note? Okay, so there is a bit of an author's note that explains it. It's really interesting that this doesn't have any acknowledgements in the back. For a debut novel, you would think there'd be acknowledgements. Sorry, I'm getting off my horse now. I don't remember what I was saying. But I am excited to see, like, if this can pull this story off and, like, have enough payoff where it feels satisfying and it's not just, like, jumping in the middle of a story and you're not getting all of the context or you're really feeling like you have to catch up with what the characters know. I'm excited to see how it's done and how this goes, but I would say probably the most gorgeous addition that we've got in the bunch, which is pretty neat. So now that I have shown you everything that we've gotten for the month of March, I like to do a little rank in the order of which I think I'm going to like these books. So at the bottom, we're going to put the book that I already read. I read The Gravewood. I think I gave this about 3.5, 3.25 kind of stars. It wasn't the most highly rated. It wasn't quite a 4, but it wasn't like a bad 3 either. Like I did overall enjoy it. I just had a few issues with it. So hopefully the rest of these picks will all be higher than this. The next one, I don't think will come to a surprise to anybody. It's going to be the cozy fantasy, just because, again, it's not my typical genre, but I think this will be a nice, like, rainy day book to have for a readathon that wants me to read out of my comfort zone. I like cats. I like romance. There's a lot that could work in this, so I'm hopeful. I haven't seen the best reviews, but I know it's pretty popular as well, so, you know, it could be the one. Who knows? Oh boy. I thinks that we're going to put Her Hidden Fire next in the list, just because the synopsis didn't tell me a lot. It wasn't really giving. It sounded a little bit generic. It didn't have, like, the most intrigue to it. So for that, it will go next. And then I think, not quite for similar reasons, but kind of similar reasons, we're going to do Aka, which I'm sure I'm mispronouncing. So I'm sorry. I sometimes wish that these books would give me, like, here's your author blurb, here's their pronouns, and here's how to pronounce their name, and maybe sometimes the title, because some of us are bad with words. But I'm nervous about this one. I'm hesitant about, like, how it could be written, with the length of it, not being able to, like, give everything that I'm wanting out of this. So I'll definitely have to wait and see. I haven't seen any reviews for this either, so I could be in just, like, a harsh mood right now. You know, it might just be me, not the books. I think next, Little Mermaid. Oh, it's gonna be The Wicked Sea. I am very excited for this one. I'm really intrigued by the romance and the journey that they're going to go on. I've had a really positive experience with books that are set at sea, in the sea, so I'm hopeful for this one. And then I think tippy top of my list is this gorgeous little book. She's not that little, but The Last Starborn Seer. I really like prophecy magic. I really like somebody who has visions similar to The Night and the Moth. That kind of stuff just really works for me. I don't know what it is. I really adore prophecy. I like the quest, probably a love triangle. I'm really into this one, really eating this one up. So that is going to be my ranking of what I think I'm going to like the most to the least. And that's it for the video. Oh my goodness. If you made it to the end, let's put a cat emoji down in the comments, whichever one you fancy, for Agnes. And I will see you guys in my next video very soon. The next video won't be an unboxing, just so you guys don't get too fatigued by them, but I do need to film so that I can clean this office up. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for making it to the end, and I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye!